Welcome to Blizzard World. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. Objective lost. Stop the payload.
I will keep you here. Your support has arrived. You've got this.
No one can hide from my sight.
Let me get you patched up. You should be at peak performance level. You needed a doctor? I'm here. Damage increase. I will not waste this opportunity. Nerf this!
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
I will not fail again. I am empowered.
Team kill.
No one can hide from
Is approaching its destination. Kill the Mohol! Огонь по готовности! Complete. Score 0-3. Switching sides. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
and that is not going to be a good look for this push. I think we can quite safely say it's over. They do go for the res, a bit questionable there, especially as a tank now gets staggered, and there's 3 of them, and if they don't reset quick, that's going to be nearly 2 minutes off the clock gone in exchange for 1 tick. And you know, I don't run Costco, but these are not the kind of deals I'm looking to get if I'm on this attack. Okay, that's brilliant. If you haven't been able to hear my lovely dulcet tones up till now, technical issues should hopefully have been resolved. And so it's been 2 minutes, and I mean, Los Muertos have the ult advantage, and all that nap time have to show for these fights is a Valkyrie, a Shatter, and 1 tick. I'm not sure how much chance they have to come back from this. Especially as Brave goes down. He's going to get res, but that means that there's not going to be a res on the side of nap time. Although, they are diving Raven. Brave's going to get out basically safe thanks to the defense matrix. Oh! Not safe enough, because he's not safe from being a headshot. It's now a 6v5 on this point here. Although with the main tank going down, that's going to cause a huge difficulty to nap time. And now they have no tanks whatsoever, so it's going to be up to this Reaper, and he is not going to be able to do enough damage. They're going to quite wisely decide to reset there. And the only thing they've got now that push really is some ultimate. So what do they have to do on the next push if they want it to be this one to be the one that cracks this defense finally? Yeah, absolutely. They've just been dominant from there, just raining all this damage down onto the enemy tanks. Poor Scent Sailing just has to sit there and take this enormous amount of punishment without any way to deal with it. Brave wins the Widow duel again though, and that might be crucial. Although that bomb getting a healer, and oh my god, Splatinum actually is the real one who wins the sniper duel. Nyas with the sniper down, and yeah, the kills are coming in quite strongly for Los Muertos. This ultimate is actually going to get Platinum. That's going to be pretty huge, in which Hobo might actually single-handedly win this fight, taking down that mech, Diva mech, and the Orisa. And yeah, it looks like this is actually going to go right back round in the direction of nap time, and they're going to be getting late kills as well. This stagger is pretty unpleasant, and we're going to have to see Los Muertos put together a defense, but it's not all bad because they are not going to have a lot of time to push this second point. They're only going to have, well, now basically 2 minutes, and even less once they've gotten it to this kind of choke. So we are going to have to be seeing something very impressive come out of nap time here if we're going to be seeing a quick cap. But I mean, Brave has been consistently winning the Widow duel. He's topped up to the Tracer now, but hopefully he can still be giving Raven trouble, and maybe that will be the key to taking this point B for nap time. We're currently taking a huge amount of spam damage. Oh, Venom goes down. There we go. That's what we like, but oh no. Sense Sailing is next go down, and without Brave and Sense Sailing, you've lost your Winston, your Tracer. That's a dead push right there, and they finish that off with the kill on to Hobo, and yeah, this is not going to be one for the history books. Gonna have to go back and try again.
Come out and face me.
I think that's caster audio. Oh, Rich Herbert going down to a trap of all things. That must be a very annoying way to go. And Venom coming up clutch because he takes down both the enemy DPS, and now with a minute to go, if they get staggered here, they're going to be down to 1 push at most. That kill onto Siphon is absolutely brutal, and that stagger as well is, it's almost cool when you kind of watch them torturing this poor mechless Diva.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, are any of these ultimates going to help them win this? Oh, might be that nano boost there coming in. Oh, but it looks like the real ultimate's gonna win this. It's going to be that bomb. Yeah, I mean, this is it, isn't it? This is kind of the end game, final destination, and the destination is not going to be point B of Blizzard World. That was a pretty convincing 2-1 victory for Los Muertos. So, Mudkipz, why don't you tell us what in the end won it out for Los Muertos? What kind of stopped the push from nap time from making it as far as they did? Yeah, I mean, they were looking quite good when they managed to take the point at the very end, but then after that they just got completely stalled out. It was so difficult for them to find any purchase there on that payload, and I mean the attack from Los Muertos was just very dominant. They had basically no answer to that. What changes are we going to want to be seeing from nap time moving on to the next map? If they want to be, keeping this from being a sweep. Alright, so take one sec. Alright, so yeah, in terms of what we're going to want to see going forward, I think Red Zoo is currently focusing on this excellent stream that you're seeing right now. What I'm hoping we're going to see is perhaps quicker adjustments. I feel like perhaps it took a bit too long to get onto that Farah pick in order to counter the Goats comp. And that, in the end, that delay really hurt them because they weren't able to get that Farah ultimate and didn't believe for it until far too late in the map when they're already in, last few fights to take point 3 territory. Which I think is definitely something that hurt them. Going on to Ilios here, this is a King of the Hill map, so we're going to be seeing something quite scrappy, quite not so much uncoordinated, but you don't need the same kind of big plays you do to take these points as you do with, say, a control map. What you want to see on control points are just getting those first picks, getting that kill advantage, and then staying on point like you've been glued to it with a hot glue gun. Essentially a game of, who's most difficult to dislodge, who can do the best impression of a errant barnacle. And so we're going to be seeing Pharmacy from both these teams, which isn't surprising. And a Lucio, of course, for Anna and Narisa. So we're going to actually have nearly mirror comps. The main difference here is we're going to be seeing a Junkrat versus a McCree. And these competitions, they are all about the environmental kills. There's a big black hole right in the middle of this map, like there is in the middle of my personal finances. And what you want to do is just drop people in there and get those kills for, just basically one cooldown. If you can get someone into there, that's a kill and a huge amount of ult charge off, comparatively very little. So we're going to be looking for who's going to be getting those huge environmental kills, of course who's going to be winning the Farah duel in the air, and already we're seeing some fighting onto the point, and naming is hard and Cantaloupe go down very quickly. Spladden managed to get the res off though, so that is going to be good news, but is this going to be a kill? Yes! Sense Sailing is ironically Sense Sailing right down into the inky blackness of the void, and so we are going to be seeing the take here from Los Muertos, and getting that first control is incredibly important, obviously, because the longer, even if your next fight is a losing one, you can drag it out, especially with heroes like Orisa and Hog that have so much survivability. And if Cantaloupe goes down, if your Lucio goes down, that's not going to be great for you. But again, even if they go on to lose this fight now, they're still going to be able to just stay on this point for so long and get so much charge. And oh no, Brave is just sent right off the map. Sepe nearly goes with him, manages to slide his way out. And now we are just seeing a spam war. Cantaloupe gets the boot, but he is killed in the process. And oh, it's brilliant. Everyone's just flying to this pit. Monkey goes down too, and we're going to see Hobo go down as well. And so it looks like this is a very chaotic trade of kills, and no one's able to maintain a clear advantage here, and that's working in Los Muertos' favour, because every moment that you don't get a clear advantage is a moment that they're still gaining ult charge. Siphon goes down to the ult. Venom pays for it with his life, but that's quite common, and that's a good trade, a tank for a DPS. Or if it gets res, that's not going to be such a good trade. Sense Sailing goes back into the void, and now we are just seeing this spam trying to break this shield. Naming is hard is getting low there. If they lose their main tank, but again, this man is getting insane boops. It might not matter though, as Witch managed to get 2, no 3, with that ult and then following it up with a kill into Raven, and that might just be what allows Naptime to get an in onto this point. There we go. He finally finished off Naming is hard, and now we are going to be seeing a cap for Naptime. But it's at 83%, so they're pretty much in one fight territory. The stag kill onto Venom means they're going to be able to squeeze out a little bit of free control percentage there, but this is not looking ideal for them. Because of how Los Muertos just need to win one fight, and they're going to be taking the one map lead onto Ilios. So this is a very risky proposition already to go in. Here we have Naming is hard going in. He tries to go, and he gets it! Siphon obviously didn't activate the fortifying time because he's pulled right in. Monkey follows though, and Raven is outplayed by Brave there. So we're going to be seeing even trades on both sides. Oh, is that ultimate going to get anything? Let's find out. No, the Orisa shield is right there to prevent it from achieving much, and Brave goes down very quickly without getting any value out of that. Hobo though is really coming in clutch for Naptime here. He's gotten Raven, and he's really what's preventing this one from being taken, as Sense Sailing once again lives up to his name, down into that pit in the middle of Ilios. We have a bit of a flank coming down here, which however has come around the left, and he's very, very close, very deep into enemy territory. Manages to get out alive, and that ult doesn't get anything, but it does force Los Muertos to give up space, and he's able to get Splatting immediately after, and this is the point at which if you're Los Muertos, you just want to get out and you want to try and come back in and have a fight that doesn't just look like your tank sailing into the bottom of a well and the Farah killing all the squishies with direct rocket hits. And oh, that late kill on Scandalous is going to hurt quite badly. So we do have quite an even balance of ults on both sides, especially with the Mercy Valkyrie that we're going to be seeing out of Naptime, and I think Naptime could very well turn this around, especially as Raven's ult does not get anything. He does manage to get Don Zeppe though, and Sense Sailing goes down into the pit, and this might be the retake coming in here. Venom goes down, so does Hobo, so does Raven, and now this is looking a lot safer for Naptime. It looks like they're actually going to be able to set up shop here and make sure that they don't get this map taken map. Because this is if they lose this fight, if they win this fight, they take it. If they lose this fight, they've lost it. That's what it is. Siphon's getting pretty low though, but he's got so much healing going into him. It's not going to matter. It's not going to be enough to save him. And now that Valkyrie is going to be staying the 2 members left on the point, but the 3 of them are not going to be able to take him out. And Kachunks goes down, and now they're going to have to take this last final fight to do or die situation. And both their supports are dead. This is basically catastrophic. They're probably going to be able to get onto the point here with a D.Va, but is it even going to be worth it? D.Va gets D-Mex, and oh yeah, that double kill for my monkey there has absolutely sealed the fate for Naptime, and Los Muertos will be taking the lead in the second map of our series today. So we kind of had mirror compositions there, and in the end I think it was all about those environmental kills. It can also get a bit comical, kind of like Benny Hill-esque, when you're just kind of watching everybody drop one by one into the pit. Very true.
5, 4, 3, 2,
So
1.
we are going to be seeing two different comps coming out here with the Winston Diva dive versus the Reinhardt and Brigitte comp. So obviously it's being Lost Muertos to be a lot more mobile here. They're using that mobility to pressure down the enemy Farah, who barely manages to get away with his life. That's quite an impressive survival actually. Brave is the first to go down, however. He is not getting away with his life, and Naemin goes deep into the enemy backlines here, and it's paying off. Like, you can see that Naptime was just completely scattered at the moment. And the first cap is very likely going to go to Los Muertos, and I've talked before about how vital that first cap is. And that's true on every control map. The more you can just stay on that point and deny them the cap, even if you lose the fight, you're still winning.
Here I am.
Yeah, I mean that's how you're gonna get it if you don't have the mobility. You've got a Reinhardt, and aiming his hard goes down. He's quickly followed by Hobo though, so this is looking quite even. But Cantaloupe goes down, but Kachuk's gonna without that mercy, you're losing out on almost all of your healing. And yeah, this fight, it started off well, but it just all fell apart, and the team looked uncoordinated as they kind of got. You know, it's hard not to be when you lose 2 or 3 people in that quick succession. That just makes it so difficult to recover from that.
안녕. Hi.
Gotcha.
And what we're really going to be looking for is we're going to see, we're going to see Cantaloupe go down, which is a very promising thing on behalf of Naptime. And they do have this Valkyrie to invest into this fight if they want to, which will give them so much sustain on the point. They might not even need it though, as both tanks go down to Blaze Ultimate, and this is going to be a pretty firm cap. And the fantastic thing is that they've saved these ultimates. They've saved the Valkyrie, they've saved the Farah ultimate, and they're going to have the Diva and Moy ultimates up.
Damage increase.
Weapon system optimized.
Oh, that Diva ultimate was just a remake. But still,
Proof up here.
having that mech back is going to be very important. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Oh, a hack is going to come out onto Brave, and it's these hacks which are really going to matter, because if you're running the Sombra, you need to be getting key hacks onto targets so you can then focus down without these other cooldowns. And so far, we haven't been seeing those hacks come up for Raven.
Thanks for the assist. I've got the enemy.
Absolutely, and we're seeing a fantastic EMP come out there. I think that's a lot of members of Naptime hacks, and yeah, we are going to be seeing a pretty strong push off the back of that from Los Muertos. And yeah, they invest the Valkyrie into that, which maybe might not have been necessary, and Brave is staying alive for an impressive amount of time. But overall, this is definitely a win for Los Muertos, but you do have to look out because they have invested a lot into this, and we are now going to have almost all ultimates up on the other side. That is very true.
Always leave yourself about.
I mean, when they take out Cantaloupe, I mean, they're going into this without that healing from the Lucia, and without that healing from the Mercy either. 2 healers down. There's not a lot you can do to recover from this. And yeah, the control of the point flips back to Naptime. And this, once more, this is last fight territory here. This is 85% now. If Los Muertos don't win coming to this next fight, they're not going to have another chance. So this is do or die territory. Winston dives in, and we see the Moy ultimate come out. Oh my god, this Reaper ultimate gets absolutely nothing. Cantaloupe goes off the edge there. Not the best way to go. There's directions to safety, and that's not one of them. And even though that Reaper ultimate maybe didn't come up as big as you'd have wanted it to, they were just not able to get any value out of the ultimates on the side of Los Muertos, and we're actually going to be going to a third round of Ilios.
Let's try.
Score 1-1.
I'm back in the fight. Let's get to it already.
So, Mudkipz, what are you thinking? Well, you really want to see it all focused around that Widowmaker, don't you? You know, these long sight lines, you're able to get a snipe onto the enemy from basically halfway across the map, and so you just want a comp that's going to be able to enable that. We're going to be seeing dive tanks out of one side, now we are going to be seeing that Reinhardt, without a Brigitte this time, gunning Lucio Moira. So, I mean, what if Naptime are going to start making a comeback here, what is it going to be on the back of? Oh, maybe that!
I will shield you.
Oh, Brave popping up! Yeah. Brave is obviously showing off his talent here, yeah.
I'm planning my side on the
Oh, yeah. God, so you sound like you need to go to counselling over it. Yeah, Brave definitely just opens that up. First he wins a Widow duel, then by getting that kick onto the Zenyatta, he wins it again! This man is really going off. No need to be brave when you can be confident that you're going to hit those headshots like that. Yeah, we see an attempt to kind of poke around there and get into live enemy is just punished brutally by the Brigitte, and you have to be so much more careful as Tracer if you know they've got a Brigitte there just waiting, rubbing their hands together for the chance to put a shield bash onto you. Brave going up for oh my god, he gets it! The absolute madman flies up into the air, gets that Zenyatta, and that's so much utility and healing gone. Raven making sure that we know he's you know, Brave isn't the only Widowmaker on the map and gets a kill onto the Brigitte. But it looks like they're not going to be able to capitalize off that effectively. Siphon goes down there. That is quite bad. That is both Divas D-Mix actually. So it's a fairly even trade right now. Venom comes down and he ambushes Brave, just takes him right down, and that's what you want to do. You want to find the scariest man on the enemy team and just jump on him, splashing them with a beautiful Zenyatta tank onto Rich Hoa there. And Monkey's bomb there is going to secure this point for Los Muertos. But how long are we going to be able to see this go on that time? Because they've already got up 70%, and that's not quite one fight territory, but you don't have many left. I mean, oh my god, Brave takes down Raven again. I mean, Mudkipz, what do you think Los Muertos can do to try and shut down this Widowmaker and stop him just dinking these heads?
Let me get you patched up.
Oh, let's see. It doesn't look like that's going to be happening. Brave is just sitting up here, kind of just lounging around. Oh! Venom! It looks like they don't even need to deal with Brave. They send the Primal Ranging Whistle back to do that, but Venom's double kill there with that bomb is going to be absolutely enormous, and that is going to completely shut down this push. But it's not the end of the world, because we have plenty of time if you're Naptime.
No one can hide from my sight.
That was very true. And now if Brave can maybe get a few opening picks, I mean, he is being jumped on by these tanks though, and he's going to go down very quickly if they focus him down. Senseiling gets Cantaloupe though, and that is going to be a pretty devastating recoil from it. And we do now have a lot more bodies on the point for Naptime, especially with this coalescence to keep up these tanks. I think this is going to be a cap. Les Venom can work some absolute miracles here. He managed to stall it out a little. Yeah, but it's not. Ooh, there we go. Brave once more winning that Widowmaker duel. It's not one fight territory at least, so they do have the chance to try and come back in for that retake. Yeah, Brave is taken out first. Brave finally gets his revenge in that Widow duel, and Now he's just sending an all-out brawl on the point. Monkey's D-mexed, and we're getting a lot of ults coming out. That final rage, the Diva Bomb. We're going to be seeing a rally come out as well. We're going to be seeing that Zenyatta ult come out because that's just being attained by Spasm, and that's going to be a huge help to us Muertos to keep that healing up on the point, keep the tanks on the point. And we're losing the tanks on the side of nap time, and actually it might come all the way back round. Yeah, this has really been an edge of your seats kind of match. So what Napton have to work with? They have this Shatter, and if this Shatter is big, that could be the key. Or they are not, because Brave is taken down, Sense Selling's taken down, and this double kill on the supports is what cements this victory. It was so close, but all the Widow Dinks in the world couldn't save them from the Los Muertos victory there. So, I mean, we saw Brave just going at it on that Widowmaker, but despite that, we still saw the victory come out for Los Muertos. So what do they do to kind of pull out the win on that map in the face of such a scary Widowmaker player? Yeah, I mean, that was pretty fantastic play around that Widowmaker. They definitely hurt a lot by those Widowmaker plays, but they managed to adapt around it. They managed to come back around. They managed to flip it back, and I think that's very impressive. You know, that's what Overwatch really is all about. It's about adapting, and it's about coming back with those strategy switches, with those compositional switches. And that's really what you're going to want to be seeing out of a team that's going to win a map. And we are coming off halftime here. We're going to be going into Hanamura, which is, of course, it's a 2 CP map, bane of everybody on competitive ladder. And what we're going to want to be seeing is very coordinated, very clean pushes to take points. So, what are we going to be seeing out of the two teams? For me it's Horizon Lunar Colony. You ever had a game of Horizon Lunar Colony that you've just had a game that just gone for 8 rounds, and then at the end it's a draw, which represents emotionally how I feel about Horizon Lunar Colony. So it looks like we might be having a goats comp coming out here from Los Muertos against a Mei defense, I think, which is exciting. I always love seeing the Mei because she's such a cerebral hero. You can use the wall in all sorts of big brain ways to cut off teammates and perform these very out of the box plays. It's always very fun to see Mei play and what's going to happen with that. So, goats. I think we all know the drill with goats. Run onto the point at things, hold left click, eventually they'll die. And yeah, the two Reinhardts are doing ballet, and the huge anti-heal is actually going to be very damaging. XRTL getting frozen here almost, but he manages to survive. And they've actually gotten a tick already just from staying on the point with this tanky comp with so much sustain. Monkey gets DMEC though, so this might turn around, but Brave goes down. And with Brave and Onzetic both going down, I think this Goat's attack is going to be successful. Yeah, there's not much this solitary poor Reinhardt can do. Charges that bell, makes a, lovely musical symphony out of it, but it's not going to be enough to stop Los Muertos. And they're going to be having that rally and the shatter for when they push onto point B. I mean, we could be seeing a snowball here. Getting trapped there. Hobo goes down very quickly. Are they going to be able to get the res off? They do! Catchunks gets off that very brave res. And a pretty big anti-heal is going to come out here, but it's not going to get followed up on very well. And we are now seeing Los Muertos get onto the point with this comp. They've got the tanks on the point. They've got this charged up Zarya doing unholy amounts of damage. Well, they don't anymore. But what they do have is 1 tick on the point, and that's going to be 2 now. And are they going to be able to take here? It looks like they might. They managed to get onto point just in time on the side of nap time, but it's going to be a tricky business. Catchunks is killed while trying to go for the res. The emergency doom has come out for sense sailing, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. The kills are just coming in. 1 pick, 2 pick, red pick, blue pick, and this is going to be, I think, a very quick cap for Los Muertos. Yeah, that was just a very dominant performance, and I mean, it's very hard to come back from that, not only in terms of trying to match that tire bank, but just in terms of mentally, the feeling of getting smashed on that 2 CP second point, because the snowball just comes around so easily after the win first point. That is a feeling that's very kind of difficult to cleanse from your emotional palette. I mean, absolutely, we're going to see if nap time, maybe they can take a little snooze to kind of get themselves back into a happier state of mind. Always works for me. It may have to be a short snooze though, because they've only got 40 seconds before they're attacking again. So they're going to be going into a Mei defense again. We're into a Widowmaker as well.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
So that is quite interesting. They're going to be having a Moira Zen. That's not a combo you see very often, but I suppose you do want Zen on these kind of maps because Transcendence is just such a powerful ult to stop the snowball, to let yourself stabilize, even against strong ults that you might see like Graviton Surge or Shatter, which you typically use to try and get that, you know, neat team kill to prevent any stalls.
3,
Sorry.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
Oh, this is exciting. I want to see what this is about. So presumably they've got some kind of sneaky shenanigans planned with a cheeky teleporter. Oh, here we go. Oh, they fall out because they're actually knocked down by Monkey though. Monkey goes and he gets some of that boop and he prevents that attack almost entirely. So the question is, this has been foiled. Are they going to switch off the sim? I mean, that pin kill is going to be quite nice, but it's not going to be enough since Sailing goes down and they're just going to have to reset, come in for another push. Are they going to try that same teleporter strategy again? Or do they have something else
My
up their sleeve?
Don't worry, my friend.
I'm on it!
I am your shield.
Huh. You can't get that teleporter anywhere if you've been shot in the head. No teleporters in hell, I'm afraid. You're going to be seeing that one brought back, but now they're going to be going to a fight without Catchunk's Res there, so they're actually defending outside the point here from Los Muertos, so that's outside the choke even. So that is quite brave, and yeah, we are seeing them go for the exact same thing, and once again, Monkey is just there. He is the doorman at the bar. He says, is your name on the list? And it looks like the only list that Don Zeppe's name is on the list of people who have just been killed by Gibraltar. And yeah, this is another push that is just going to get shut down hard, and even if they win, I think that Symmetrol was kind of a I'm switching, might as well use it kind of thing, because that was definitely a lost fight.
All systems checked out.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing Brave switch onto that Widow pick. We've seen what Brave can do, of course, on that Widow, so this is a pick that maybe it could work against this composition as well, with the targets like the Zen and the Widow that you are able to take down, but you do have to win the Widow duel, which Brave hasn't managed to do. Raven's taking him down, and with that massive Shatter coming in, gets both healers. Naming just absolutely demolishes the team with that ultimate there, and it looks like we're going into maybe, you know, 2-push territory here for nap time.
Time to raise my DPS. Nerf this.
Oh, Raven gets Brave again, but okay, so we're seeing the male come out now, and oh, Catchunks is frozen there. Is he going to be able to survive? He is not, and that is just devastating. The male comboed with the Diva Bomb, especially with everything that got invested in this push. Again, it wasn't even a dry push. Nap Time has used almost everything. All they've really got here is a Valkyrie left for their final push. On the bright side, there's not much either on the side of Los Muertos, so this Valkyrie might just be enough to help push them over the edge and help them win this final fight. But they're going to have to take it quickly and have to take it with some determination. The Valkyrie comes out, but oh dear, Sunsailing has been walled off. He manages to stay alive, not for long though. However, Naming's heart goes down the other side, so these two kills are traded, and Rave is winning that Widow duel. So he's not winning the sniper duel against Snipers and Yata, the best DPS of all. And it looks like we might actually be seeing the cap come in for nap time at long last. This trans is thrown in, but there's not really anyone to keep alive at this point. That trans probably should have been saved for the next one. And we are going to be seeing the Moira go down. Tracer and the Diva are here. Very excellent stall heroes, but against the entire 6-man enemy team, they probably will be going down before any reinforcements can arrive. Wow, this is a pretty impressive score coming in from Raven though there. He stayed there way longer than he had any right to.
I'm on fire.
Objective A captured. New defense point. Objective B.
That's true. I mean, what you're going to want to see here is to use this coalescence to prevent these big tank ults from coming out with the kills they're going to need. And we see a bomb being thrown out from the Muertos, and that does get done surface. So things are looking quite grim until Herbert gets both healers with an ultimate. Might this be what they need to take the point? So Sailing gets a penalty to Raven, and maybe his HUD goes down too. This mail comes out, but it looks like no one is alive to take advantage of it. Catch-on goes down, and that is a crucial source of healing for nap time. But the Shatter is able to prevent any more stalling nonsense. If they can take the Sombra out, they're going to be able to get at least 2 ticks, maybe the whole cap. Absolutely beautiful. The stall is real though. With that May, you can just stay on point, twiddling your thumbs while everyone waits for your ice block to break. They are just grinding this one out though. Siphon gets demexed, and at some point it might be wise to fall back. This Valkyrie is invested though, and Hobo gets 2 again! Hobo and Sailing are really just putting their all into this fight, and together they're able to take out almost the entirety of Los Muertos, and they are actually going to be able to get the cap, which is quite impressive considering, you know, the very demoralizing, flawed way they were flawed on the first attack. So it was really just all off the back of these Reaper ults. It's not getting shut down, and of this, I think, very impressive Reinhardt play.
Now show them.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is though, that like the time bank on the side of Los Muertos is so massive. So if they want to have, you know, really a hope of winning this, they're going to have a very quick take, and they're going to have to take ideally both points away. You want to have that security. Do you think they're going to be able to manage that?
Enough waiting around, let's get out there. Oh, yeah!
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the problem with this Pharah is that you might run right into a big wall with Widowmaker written on it.
Time to raise my
I mean, absolutely, you know, so if something isn't broke, don't fix it. And we're already seeing the Reinhardt shield get very weak on the side of Los Muertos. Name's HUD comes out with a charge and he gets that Reaper. That's a huge source of damage gone, and it looks like, yeah, we're going to be seeing nap time backing off here. There's a lot of time already shaved off the clock though, and Raven gets 2. They're cleanup kills, but they mean that we're going to have to wait even longer before nap time can get in their second real attempt at a push. We're not going to see any ults coming online yet, but of course the Moira ult charges very quickly, so Cantaloupe is going to be fairly close to that Coalescence. Probably going to see that getting used next fight. They're going for a little bit of a cheeky walk over this bridge to try and prevent taking any spam damage. Which is very clever, but the Mei just kind of walls them into this building. It's always funny when you try to go in somewhere and Mei's like, no, you don't get to. Raven takes down Brave, and that is going to be an end to this push, especially with 2 kills coming in. And the extra 2 kills from that bomb, a little bit much maybe, but now that they're into 1 minute left, they've got, what, 2 pushes if they're economical about them? This could very well be do or die now, and they don't have a lot to work with either. And especially don't have a lot to work with because Brave is dead, so they're going to have to wait for Brave to come back. And this is definitely one last push, although Raven gonna get caught out on that flank. I'm not really sure why he was there. And that is going to be an opening, maybe, that when Brave gets back, they're going to be able to take advantage of. Maybe use his Shatter. But no, the Shatter comes in for naming instead. Instead, Sailing goes down, catching down, and off the back of that Shatter, I think this push is completely dead, and there's not going to be time for another one. It's desperation time now, really, for nap time. They've got 15 seconds left, and do they even have a way to get back onto the point?
10 seconds remaining.
Time's running out. Everyone attack.
Someone gets on the point, and they do get a huge Shatter. Oh dear, Sailing sends himself sailing off the edge of the map there, and this mail coming in is a very bad portent of doom for the push of nap time. There's just not much they're able to do in the face of this onslaught of ultimate sloth magics have been stockpiling up, and now we're just seeing Gonzefe try and stall us out, but he's not going to do much. And I mean, this is basically it at this point, because you've got 6 minutes now to take a single tick. I mean, what kind of strategies are we going to want to see come out here to try and defend this? Yeah, I mean, that is a big problem, that when you're playing defense, you don't have the luxury you have on attack of being able to swap your composition if something isn't working. So we're going to pick something, and it looks like we are going to be perhaps going with this Bastion strategy. And they're going to have to make this work, because when you've only got a single tick of the point to work with, when you choose a strategy, you have to commit to it. So this is kind of the last stand, the kind of charge of the Light Brigade they're making here, because they do not have, the outlook on the horizon is grim, I'll say that. So we've seen a Doomfist coming in, and already the Thrones just running onto the point. They know that Nap Time can't afford to let them stay on there for too long, and the Bastion is hacked and taken down very quickly. But the fight on the point is going in the way of Nap Time, so they might win this even without their Bastion, although not if their Ana goes down. Cantaloupe going down to this, so these are kills being traded left and right, but trades favour Los Muertos because as for the attackers, they have this massive spawn advantage. So this is pretty bad for Nap Time. You want to be winning these fights much more cleanly. It looks like they are, maybe, or not. I thought they were going to be able to fend off this push, but if Cat Chunks goes down, that's end game around now. There's only a few members left, and they're not going to be able to stall it out for that long. Monkey sends out that self-destruct just to try and prevent anyone from getting back to the point, and Siphon is just not even allowed to come back, and this is going to be a victory for Los Muertos. Quite convincingly as well. I think this has definitely been again, says they're going to continue their upwards trajectory. It's all sunny skies from here. Smooth sailing ahead is what I've read from this game. So we will be in fact ending the series here, as Naptime will be forfeiting Watchpoint Gibraltar. It has been an exciting series. It's definitely very tense at some points there, especially during Ilios, where it was very easy from that time to have made a comeback on that map. So while the scoreline might be 4-0, I think this has been quite it hasn't been a dominant performance, I think, by any means from Osmosis, but it's certainly been a very strong performance. But Naptime have definitely shown they have the potential to, if they manage to, just get a few more of those key fight wins, they have the potential to definitely, turn matches like this around, and they have the potential to have better matches in the future. So I think we saw very good things out of both these teams tonight. This has been Owlet Stage 3 Week 2. I've been Panacea, casting with Mudkipz. Thank you all for watching.